guys, give me a few seconds. I'm gonna do the audio thingy on my laptop and then we can get started. All right, give me a second. For some reason, my mouse pad is acting up today, but we're okay now. So let's go. What's up everyone? Welcome back to my YouTube channel / my podcast. I am the marketing nomad. My name is Prithvi Madhukar. I am the author of 0 to 4 Figures and Self-Loved. I'm also a digital entrepreneur and a business owner. Few of the roles that I do take on: I'm a YouTuber, podcaster, Etsy shop owner, Skillshare teacher, and a marketing strategy consultant as well. All of the links are in the description box below if you'd like to check it out. Welcome to episode 190 of the STMN series, where we're going to be getting into how to create a community on your social media platform, even if you have just 1,000 followers. All right, now if you're new here and you're wondering, well, what's this STMN thing that she just spoke about? So STMN is the series that I created where I answer some of the most commonly asked questions that solopreneurs may have about marketing, business, as well as mindset. Now, if those topics interest you, definitely do hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, because that tells you every single time I do upload a podeo. Now, once you're done watching this video and it has helped you in some way, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. That really helps me understand what you're looking for, what content resonates better with you, and it helps me to create content that is best suited for you. And if you've done all of them, here's a big thank you to you, all right? Now, let's get into the actual podeo that I have for you, and that is how to create a community on your social media platforms, even if you have a low number of followers. Now, one thing that I personally want to say is I've been extremely intentional about creating a community right since I started on my social media platforms. For me, regardless of the number of followers that I have, the one priority that has been consistent all through is I really wanted to build that community. I really wanted to be around people who thought like me, who actually genuinely liked me and who resonated with me. And it's not more so, yes, of course, I want to be able to connect with them as well. But for me, as a content creator, as a solopreneur, the other way around also was important for me. I wanted to make sure that I too was around people that made me feel good. And to me, a way to do that was to build a community on my social media platforms. And that's something that, I wouldn't call these as tactics, because I think that when you are in the mindset of building a community, these steps automatically come into play. They just become an inherent part of what you do and how you show up. All right, so I just wanted to put that out there, that yes, maybe you might not have thought of it this way, like to approach community building in this respect, and I think that's what this podeo aims at. But one key thing, like overarching theme for this entire podeo, is when you look at your followers as just people who you want to connect with, just kind of like building friendships, I think that helps you show up in a way that facilitates community building, because it really starts with you as the influencer, as the solopreneur, as the content creator. You have to generate that community building feeling. You have to, it starts with you. Basically, that's what I want to say. It really starts with you. They can't feel like they're part of a community. They can't feel that connection to you unless you make that first effort. You put in the time and the energy required to let them know that you want them to be a part of your community as well as a community of their own. Okay, so yes, it's gonna take you a little bit of time and a little bit of intentional effort, but I'm really confident that you will be able to do that. And for those of you who are listening on the podcast, I just gave a thumbs up. All right, so let's get into the 5 tips that I do have for you. The first one is personalized welcomes. Now, if anyone is following you, anyone has reached out to connect with you on your social media platforms, actually send them a message, send them a voice note saying, hey, XYZ, whatever their name is. Make sure you actually go to their profile, see their name, mention their name, That's actually one of the ways that you can personalize it. And you know, just send them a cute little voice note that says, hey, XYZ, you know, I just saw you follow me on here. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. I appreciate your support for my channel. Now, if there's any kind of content that you're looking for from my channel, please let me know so that I can keep it in mind when I'm, you know, planning or scheduling my content. Of course, you don't have to make it this long, but you know, just make them feel welcome, make them feel that they are noticed, you know, that you are noticing their effort of following you, of appreciating your content. That always helps. In my personal opinion, I really think that the personalized welcomes are a great way for you to even kind of break the ice when it comes to new followers. And it has led me in particular to have a lot of fulfilling friendships with people who I've actually never met in person, but you know, I know that they are part of my community. They are a community by themselves as well, and they are just so supportive. And it really started with me just saying hi to them. It's as simple as that, you know, because up until you tell them hi, you are actually just someone who's really, really far away from them. You are, you know, on the other side of the phone, and there's a big disconnect, whether you like it or not, or whether, you know, you want it or not. There is a big disconnect because you're just somebody on social media that they are following, but the connection builds. The connection starts to, I guess, grow when there is some sort of one-on-one communication. And how do you get that started? By your personalized welcomes, okay? And one thing that I do want to point out at this point is everyone, we love to feel acknowledged, right? You know, whatever effort we're putting in, whether it is viewing your content, liking it, sharing it, you know, appreciating your content, yeah, all of that is effort. So help them feel acknowledged. That's part of, you know, human connections. It's the very, very fundamental basis of human connections. Make them feel acknowledged, make them feel seen. How do you do that? Personalized welcome. Another, I guess, tip I would say is maybe you could have a video of you waving, and that could be a generic wave, but then maybe send a personalized message after that. If voice notes are not your thing, then maybe just a personalized message, but with a video of you waving to them. That also could be a great way for you to break the ice and make them feel acknowledged, make them feel seen. Let them know that yes, you are actually recognizing the effort that they're putting in to connect with you. All right, so that is number one for you. Number two is have regular check-ins. Now, for me, I smile because I've actually done this a couple of times. I know that there are some people on my account who frequently comment on my posts, and sometimes, you know, they are, you know, maybe they don't like my content for a little while. I actually check in with them. I was like, everything's okay? Are you okay? How are you doing? And for me, I think that just comes out of my nature, just who I am as a person. You know, I'm just highly observant and yeah, tracking behavior. Like, it's a very marketing thing for me. But you know, for me, I think that's also one more way that has helped me foster that community mindset amongst my people as well, because one, it lets them know that I do appreciate their effort, yes, but at the same time, I also care about them. I also am wondering what's happening with them, whether they're okay, whether they're doing well or not. So I think that's also another way to connect with them, to help them feel like they are part of your community. All right, so regular check-ins, and it could, you know, maybe it could just be, you know, every month, maybe there's one person that you just want to reach out to, you know, have that list. And I think bottom line, you have to care, okay? I think it stems from that. You have to care about the people who are following you or who are, you know, liking your content, sharing your content. And when you start to care for them as your friends or even as acquaintances as well, you might not really know them enough to be friends, but just caring in terms of like another human being, I think that goes a long, long way as well. So you can check in maybe if they are solopreneurs as well, or they are, you know, people who you resonate with, you connect with, follow them back too, you know, and keep looking at their content, keep replying, keep kind of connecting with them in your own way. And I just want to put a disclaimer, don't force yourself to do it, and also don't make it feel forced as well. But it just, honestly, community building is a natural part. I really want to say, yes, there is intentional effort, but there needs to be a foundation of you caring. That has to be there. So don't look at them as a follower, look at them as a fellow human that you wish to connect with, a fellow human that you wish to get to know, that you care about, and who cares about you as well. It's kind of a mutual thing going on over there. So that's something that I do want to put out there as well. So that is number 2 for you. Then we come to number 3, and this is something that we actually touched upon a little bit in number 1, but address them by their name. That is so, so important. I mean, if you think about the psychology aspect of it, well, the name is the first thing that we learn to recognize about ourselves. And whether you subconsciously or consciously know it, it is very, very powerful to each person. Like, their own name is very, very powerful to each person. It's their identity. It's their way of identifying themselves, and it's also their way of knowing that someone else recognizes them as well. All this is very, very subconscious. It's very, very powerful. The power of a name, I can't express it enough, and there's like tons and tons of research on it as well. So for me, just even taking that extra few seconds to get to know the name of the person who's commenting on my videos or liking my videos, just even adding that extra time to write down their name while I'm addressing them is my way of letting them know that, hey, I care. I thank you so much for this comment you've posted, or for reaching out to me, or this message that you've sent me. It really means a lot to me, and I recognize you, I see you, I know who you are, I know your name. And for me, it's just those little things that actually make a difference, especially for me. If I were following someone and they took that extra few seconds to get to know my name, rather than viewing me as just another follower who liked or shared or commented or messaged them, yeah, that's gonna mean a lot to me, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna mean a lot to you as well. So take the time. Sometimes the handles don't have their name, so take the time, take those little few extra seconds to check out their profile, just see the name on top and learn their name. Figure out, all right, this is their name, this is the account associated with that name, and then reach out to them when you're responding to them, whether it's through messages in private or even through comments. Take that little bit of extra time to address them by their name. This is one of the biggest tips that I can give you, all right? So that is number 3 for you, addressing them by their name. Number 4 is asking for their opinion. One thing that I occasionally do on my Instagram stories is I ask for their opinion. Well, did you like this? Did you not like this? What are you looking for? Can you give me a few examples of how I can do better, or what can I change so that it lines better with yours? And even in my DMs, you can ask the people who I frequently message, they are my community. I keep asking them, well, was this okay? Is this okay? Or do you think I should do it another way? Would you like it if it was done in another way? So on and so forth. And basically what you're doing is you're letting them know that, hey, your opinion matters. Yes, there's a part of me that's showing up for myself and I'm creating content that I love, but at the same time, I want to take your opinions into consideration as well. That is important for me. I want all of us together to grow, whether it is me growing as a content creator or you growing through my content as well. And that's one thing that I also do for my YouTube videos as well. I let you know in the beginning, like put a thumbs up so that I know that, hey, this content's really working well, so I'm gonna try similar topics because I know that this is what my audience is looking for. And there have been times where people have DM'd me, my followers have DM'd me and saying, well, this is great, the content that you're putting out, but I also want something else related to maybe project management or productivity. And that's actually the reason why I also started talking a little bit about productivity. Up until then, I didn't know that it was a topic that my audience was looking for from me as well. And so the way that I see it is ask them for their opinion. You never know what they could be looking for. Maybe there's something extra that you could actually meet them halfway as well. So asking them for their opinion makes them feel like they are part of your community, and that's very, very important. Like even in a family, if you think about it, you know, I think that a healthy version of a family would be where each person speaks their mind, puts in their opinion, and of course the choice is yours whether you want to take the opinion or not. But even just having the opportunity to share their opinion itself is going to mean a lot to your community as well. All right, yes, the final say is on you, but you know, you cared enough to ask for their opinion, and that's what matters. That's what it is about, you know, building a community. That's the fundamentals of it as well. Okay, any community, whether it is societal or the community that you're building in your social media platforms, or even just a smaller unit of it like a family. Yeah, it's the same thing that we're just extrapolating to a bigger I guess spectrum. All right, so that is number 4 for you. Ask them for their opinion. Be genuinely invested in what they're looking for from you and how you can help them better. If there's something that you can do differently than what you're doing now, or maybe improve a little bit, or even just continue whatever it is that you're doing, even that is important for you to know as well, and it makes them feel part of your process. All right, then we come to number 5, which is to share your journey. Now, especially when I talk about sharing your journey, I do want to say that yeah, there's a little bit of privacy that has to come into picture. Like, of course, there's going to be certain areas of your life that you don't want to share. Yeah, be clear on that, you know, be clear on what you want to share, what you want to be transparent about, and what you don't want to share. And, you know, there's a lot of debate on the internet about what exactly is authenticity, and I don't know all of the definitions out there, but for me in particular, what I believe authenticity is, you know, understanding that, you know, whatever I do share, it is true and authentic to me. That's it. That's what it is. I get to decide what I wish to share and what I don't wish to share, but what I do share is authentic and aligns best with the person that I am at that moment in time. And so for me, that is what being authentic is. So, you know, be transparent about, you know, what you're going through, be transparent about your journey. Of course, you know, have your boundaries, you set your privacy limits, all of those things, but at the same time, show up authentically, show up in a way that aligns with you. One thing that I've seen in particular, like kind of a, I wouldn't say it's a mistake or a blunder. I think it just naturally happens that you see someone you really look up to and you respect, maybe they're a big content creator, and you feel that maybe they've amassed that level of following because of their personality. And so maybe there's a part of you that tries to emulate that, tries to align with that rather than, you know, focusing on your strengths. And for me, the way that I see it is in those moments, kind of shift back to yourself. It does happen. It happens actually very, very naturally. But in those moments, you know, just be a little bit cognizant and shift that focus back to you. Keep asking yourself, how can I show up authentically? How can I show parts of me that are me? Because when you are building a community, you want a community that aligns with you. Yes, you want to align with them as well, but the best and the healthiest way to go about community building is when they too align with you. There's mutual alignment. Yeah, that's how I would want to put it. And how does mutual alignment happen? It happens when you show up authentically, when you are being yourself. Because the people who don't align with you, yeah, they're gonna fade away, and that's okay. That's okay. People who don't align with your values, your beliefs, who you are, your quirkiness, your perceived flaws, your strengths, your weakness, whatever it may be, you as a package, as a whole, people who don't align with that, yeah, they are always going to be a sore thumb in your community. I've got to tell you that. So as much as possible, you kind of want to remove them from your community. How do you do that? By showing up as yourself. You know, be true to who you are. Show up as authentic as you can. You know, show up in a way that aligns with who you are. And the minute you do that, people who don't align with who you are, they're naturally going to fade away. You know, they're naturally not going to be part of the community. So then now you have a community just filled with people who align best with you. And, you know, there's a certain sense of fulfillment in human connections that align with who you truly are on the inside. I mean, that's a little bit on the spiritual aspect, but I think that's very, very important as well, you know? So I would say, you know, my final thoughts is share your journey and share it in a way that feels authentic to you. And another reason why this is so important is when you share your journey, of course, with your privacy and your boundaries, so on and so forth, you are actually letting people in on your journey, and they're actually seeing how things are being built, how you are being built, how your platform is being built, how your business is being built, how things around you in your life are being built, of course, to whatever extent that you wish them to see. But even so, there's a part of them that feels like they are on this journey with you. There's a little bit of emotional investment over there. And in the way that I see it, I would actually like to take my community with me to wherever it is I'm going, you know? And so when you think of it that way, when you are in that, you know, thought process, naturally, you know, you are excited to share, all right, I want to show you this because I want you to be part of this journey because you are along with me on this journey, sort of thing. So that's the thought process that I personally have when it comes to community building, and it has helped me a lot. And I wish for you to also try these little things out. And if you've got any thoughts on it, definitely let me know in the comment section. I do want to say that it does take time. It does take time, it does take patience, it does take genuine effort for you to build a community. But when you look at them as people, when you look at them as humans that you wish to have a connection with, that you wish to, you know, basically, I think at bottom line, it's about connections. It's just about you wanting that connection with them, rather than looking at them as a number or just another follower. I think that's where the difference is. And I think the minute you shift into that thought process, automatically your actions will align. So every single time you see a new follower on your account, you know, ask yourself, well, how do I build a connection with this person? Not follower, not subscriber, but how do I build a connection with this person? How can I make them feel seen? How can I make them feel acknowledged? How can I let them know that I am happy, I am grateful for, you know, all the effort they're putting for my account, whether it's liking or even just following me or sending me a message? How can I show my gratitude for them? And how can I, you know, in a way that suits me best, allow them to be a part of my journey as well. All right, so these are a couple of things that have worked for me that I wish for you to, you know, keep in mind as you are building your community. It is possible. It just takes genuine effort and just the feeling that you want to build a community. You genuinely want a community that fulfills you as much as you fulfill them. Like, you know, there's mutual alignment there. All right, that brings me to the end of this podeo. Now, if you did like it, do give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, because that tells you every single time I do upload a video. If you have any thoughts on this video, definitely do leave it in the comment section. I would be happy to get to know. And if you have any more tips about community building, yes, absolutely, feel free to put it in the comment section below. That's also going to help me as well. All right, now if you want to check out my books, I have 2 books on Amazon. The first one is 0 to 4 Figures, Lessons Learned by a Broke CEO. It's got 61 stories and lessons related to digital entrepreneurship, covers topics like self-love, marketing, business strategy, positive mindset, success mindset, growth mindset, what else? Relationships, so on and so forth. That is available on Amazon. The second book is Self-Loved. It is a compilation of 1,000 journal prompts aimed towards healing, growth, and self-discovery. That too is available on Amazon and covers topics like manifestation, gratitude, reflections, shadow work, trauma healing, inner child healing, so on and so forth. Other than that, I have a series of productivity planners, journals, and trackers. They're called the Simple Series by The Marketing Nomad, also available on Amazon. At the moment of publishing this podeo, there are 18 of them available. The simplest way to find all of my stuff, whether it's planners, journals, trackers, my books, is to search my full name on Amazon. My name is Prithvi Madhukar, Prithvi space Madhukar. The minute you search that on Amazon, you're gonna get an author page for me, and then all of my stuff is just gonna be on that page. It's just the simplest way, all right? Thank you so much for listening all the way up until here. I will catch you in my next one. Bye-bye.